PK52, the Saturday morning meeting. I want to take a second and just thank everybody for reaching out to me. It's an honor to me when you reach out and say, KC, I just had the best month of my life. You know, KC, this is our dealership just set a record. I had a manager reach out to me the other day. I don't want to say his name out loud, Nick Fisher, and I really appreciate what he said. He said, KC, he goes, we had a record month in the dealership, but for the sales associates, especially for the sales associates that have been here a long time, this was a life-changing month as far as revenue for them and for their family. Now, I got to be honest with you. I got a lot of great statements from everybody. I got a lot of great congratulations in and out from everybody that set records over the last month. But that one really stuck out to me because what Nick said was that he was honored to give back to the people that have actually built the dynasty of the store. So that was super, super awesome. And I've heard a lot of stories like that. Gang, we're in a feast time in the car business. Your record revenues that you're making on new cars because you can't replace them. When you look at a customer and you say, listen, here's where we are on this Lunar Rock 4Runner because there's not another one in a 3-state area, we're the only ones that we can't replace it. So the value of these vehicles goes through the roof. This may be the worst time in the world for anybody to buy a car, but like I've said, if you've been on some of my trainings, the demand is giant. You watch TV, you either get a food commercial or an automobile commercial. So you're either hungry or you want a new car. And it's just massive and massive amounts of millions of dollars that are driving people to be where we are right now. On the used car side, don't ever pass on a trade-in because you don't know when you're going to get another good trade-in because the cars are going to get in short supply. The manufacturers, all OEMs, are struggling right now because the technology pieces they need to complete their cars, the microchips, all of that, are in very limited supply. So it's now it's a battle to be able to get the computer modules to be able to run these cars. And so there's going to be slower production or stop production that's going to happen for the rest of this year, which is going to do nothing else but increase the value of anything that you have inbound to your dealership or on the ground. So this should be the biggest revenue year that you've ever experienced. So this brings me to the moment of this Saturday morning meeting. On my shirt, I've got Halo for Freedom, and I've got Halo for Freedom. I have a charity that I work with. I donate to several charities like most of you do. I understand that. But I donate to several charities. This one I donate money and my time to. My wife and I are big advocates. This is a Wounded Warrior chapter that 100% of all revenue goes back to the entertainment and the brotherhood of people that have gone and fought for our country and come back with missing parts, PTSD. You know the whole gamut. You've heard it from all of these things you hear on TV. Dana Bowman is actually the person who puts this on. I'm going to introduce a little bit of a video to you. And it's a weekend. A lot of the soldiers are still in Walter Reed. They may not have had their prosthetic fitted yet. They may have just got it and they're just learning to walk on it or be able to mobilize their hand on it. He has Medal of Honor winners that come down to participate in this. The guys that saved everybody in France on the train. You probably heard about it because of the Clint Eastwood movie, but he had Spencer and those guys down. He's had Colonel Greg down from the movie Battleship. And it's just a weekend that's going. We take them to Texas Motor Speedway, and they may only have one leg, but they're driving a NASCAR at 150 miles an hour. They may have 2 prosthetic arms, but they're in those cars driving them at 150 miles an hour. They parachute them in to the grounds of Texas Motor Speedway. They take them out to a ranch, and they get to shoot. They get to, and for some of the soldiers, being able on a range and be able to do some marksmanship again kind of makes them feel like, all right, I'm whole again. I don't know how to explain it to you if you've never seen their eyes light up as they're going through the things that they've been trained to do. They have heavy equipment they use. They do helicopter rides. We did axe throwing last year. There's nothing better in the world than somebody that has missing limbs trying to throw an axe. It is buyer beware because axes were flying everywhere. But the joy they have. They took them to iFly and had them do the indoor parachuting. So there's something going on. They speak at a high school, and the students are just motionless when they're telling them their stories. So I want to play a little bit of a video and walk you through it. Sorry for this being, too long, gang. I apologize. This is Dana.
Time in just the last 4 days of bringing these warriors together as
this was
one.
2019.
One team, one voice. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard. Remember the sacrifice. The support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America first and foremost. Come along and be part of Halo. We want you to be part of our team, and we salute you all. Hoa.
We're in Weatherford, Texas right now, getting ready for a weekend full of skydiving, driving, shooting, and all kinds of fun stuff.
This is the best place I could think to be besides in the military and still in uniform.
I'm actually a little nervous, but I'm excited. It's kind of one of those things that you gotta check off your bucket list,
We're going to take them up, throw them out of a plane about 2.5 miles above Texas Motor Speedway, land them in the infield, and we're going to show them a great time. That was beautiful. First jump, better than I could have ever expected.
I know you guys are all super busy and you don't have time to watch this whole thing, but you can Google Halo for Freedom Warrior Foundation, and you can watch 16, 17, 18, 19, all the video compilation, and see all the people that have come here. This is a moment. So over the next week or so, I'm going to, for the first time ever, going to post on my Facebook account, which is KCNIX, KC Nix. KC Nix is just my name. I'm going to post a way for you to be able to take some of the money that you've made and to be able to lock into at least one charity to be able to give. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. $5, a dollar, $100. It doesn't matter. But all of this money goes to grabbing these young warriors and bringing them all together. I don't want to get too emotional here, but can you imagine being 19 or 20 years old, being sent off to a foreign country and coming back, and the first time you meet your family again, you don't have legs, or you've been burned really badly. Now for the rest of your life, you're not as mobile as you were when you went over. Some of these soldiers, when they come back over, don't talk. They don't talk. They try to get them into therapy so they can talk and say what they're feeling and everything, but they don't talk. And I've watched them come together for this 4-day weekend. And because they're around other people in a similar situation, and then a group of men and women that are doing everything we can for them to make sure they're having the time of their life, they unlock. Maybe it's the second day, maybe it's the third day, maybe it's doing the chuck wagon breakfast out on this big ranch where they're having biscuits cooked underground in a Dutch oven. It's just, and all of a sudden they're starting to talk. And once they start, you stop and you listen to everything they're saying, because this is the moment. And I'm so honored to be able to be just a tiny part of this with Dana. He's amazing that each and every year that he does this. You can research him. Find out about his background. I don't want to do that on this video, but if you care and you want to find out, I mean, he's an amazing person. But every person that volunteers and every person that comes into the weekend to remember is amazing. And the reason I'm doing this right now is normally we would have just finished. We do it in March, and we usually get one of the coldest days of the year, but we do it, right? Well, COVID has kind of thrown us for a loop. We got it in last year, right when nobody really knew what COVID was all about. So we actually had the weekend 2020. But this year they're pushing it back to September. So everything is focused on getting everything to September. I will be posting on my Facebook some of the things I'm doing. If you want to get involved, I will also post ways that you can take a small amount of money and donate to this unbelievable weekend to remember. This has been PK52, the Saturday morning meeting. And for everybody out there that are setting record after record after record, it's because of your hard work, and you deserve everything that you're receiving right now. You are my heroes, man. You guys have battled through this year, and it's unbelievable. Time to give back.